Say what now?
I'm just reading your show notes, and I already have some perfect things to say.
Oh, okay.
For some things. I'm loving it. Oh, God.
It's the Brony Boys podcast. We coming at you, watching and capture thunder thought. Friendship is magic. If you wondered what friendship could be, listen up and share the magic with BBP.
Welcome, fillies and gentle colts. I'm Captain Thunder Thighs. He's Archie, and we're the Brony Boys. Join us as we trot through every single episode of the animated masterpiece, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. All 222 episodes across 9 seasons. Don't worry, we're no one-trick ponies here. We are 100% committed to reviewing every single episode of the show that began in 2010 and continues to attract otherwise well-adjusted straight and straight-ish males, even to this day. So pony up, and let's share our thoughts about all things My Little Pony. Oh, and remember to share our show to all the Bronies, Phonies, Cronies, Chonies, and Stonies you know. We really do want to showcase the Brony community, and we want both Brony and non-Brony guests. So come on, don't be fluttershy. Join us. Right?
Yes.
You're familiar with all those subspecies of Bronies? The Phonies, Cronies, Chonies, and Stonies?
I've only heard of the Bronies. You're going to have to explain actually what those other ones are to me.
Well, I made them up, but
oh, perfect.
But we'll go with it.
Let's go with it. Come on.
So yeah. So Phonies are fake Bronies, obviously.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
Cronies are, I think, haters. Brony haters. Chonies are Chad Bronies. So like the super good looking Bronies that get all the chicks.
Yes.
And Stonies are either pothead Bronies or Stacey Bronies. So the girl Bronies.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting. I feel like there's probably a lot more of those than we know.
No, we've been watching stuff, and I think someone said, I mean, I'm sure they just friggin' made it up. Someone said 1 in 5 Bronies is actually female.
Huh.
So,
well, it wouldn't surprise me if that were true. I'd say that.
I don't know exactly what where did they get that from? Like active in the community or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. There's.
So anyway, how are you feeling about episode 1? And have you got any feedback?
Any feedback? Me personally, I've heard it was pretty good. I haven't gotten too much feedback yet. In episode 1, I thought it went pretty good. What about you? What did you think about it, Dave?
I thought it was amazing. Definitely the best episode I've ever done about My Little Pony.
Yes. Did you get any feedback as well?
Yeah, a little bit. It sounds like you're reading the script and leading me into the next segment. Well, actually, yes, I did. Actually, someone did comment about whether our listener questions and listener interaction should be at the start or the end. But I say the start.
Yeah, let's go with the start so we can end off talking about the episode. Because if we do it after the episode, then I don't know. I feel like it might feel a bit weird. It might. This is
definitely the best way to do it.
Yes,
hands down.
It's the only way to do it. Come on now.
Exactly. So there was some feedback from someone called Dave from Man Brain Podcast. And he said, "What the heck have I got myself into? I had no idea how deep the pony hole went."
How deep did the pony hole go?
So, I knew some people were into it, but I didn't realize how deeply into it they were in terms of the amount of time they spent on creating content, like their own Brony, My Little Pony content.
Oh yeah, you've only scratched the surface. Probably there's a lot of content.
Yeah, made by the fans.
Yes, and a lot of effort gets put into it.
So I mean, I guess maybe I'm more familiar with like the Trekkie community or the Trekker community, where most of the fan content is bad. Like it's not their fault. They're like, I guess they're trying to be good. They're trying to be good, but you know, whereas when I've seen some of the Brony fan content and it's not bad. Like I'm sure there's a lot of bad stuff as well.
Yeah.
But the best stuff is you know, like effort and creativity, and it's just like, oh, okay.
They put a lot of work into it. Like I can go into a lot of different things that I can talk about, but I don't know if you want me to do that now.
No, we'll get further and
a lot of
deeper down the pony hole as we go through, I suppose.
Yeah.
Someone called Jason on SoundCloud said that song though. So I think that was referring to our theme tune.
Oh yeah.
So what are your feelings on the rap rock theme tune? That
I thought it was interesting. You know, it it grew on me.
That's the diplomatic way of saying bad. Well, it was interesting.
It wasn't too bad. At first, I didn't know what to think, but
right,
it's gonna grow on me, I feel.
So I mean, it's a thing for Bronies that they don't like the main theme tune of the main show, like the Friendship is Magic, right?
Yeah, that is a big thing. They always just skip the main. They always just skip the main theme of the show.
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, and I think we talked about that last episode. Did we talk about whether it's like they're being ironic or because there's a lot of brony music, like music made by the fans that is like equally like the same level annoying as the main theme tune. I mean, it's the same sort of style kind of thing.
Yes.
So,
but there's also some really good songs out there, like "Lullaby for a Princess." That is a really good song. But yeah, I don't know. I think it might be ironic because it's a big, like I said last time, a bigger meme. So, I think it's more or less ironic. I don't know if it's true. Some of them might actually hate it.
Might hate it for real. So, but you think we keep our theme tune? I mean, it's kind of kind of locked in at this point.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, if it changes one day, it'll be all right. I think we should keep it.
If anyone wants to do a remix of it, then yep, go for it.
Yes. Let's remix a song that's already been remixed.
Nice Doug from Good Times, Great Movies podcast said, so, with lots of O's, the My Little Pony podcast, with lots of M's. I think I kind of loved it. So there's some positive feedback.
Thanks, Doug.
And
this is why he's the nice Doug.
I know. And he also agreed to be a guest on a future show as well. So. Oh,
okay. We might. I don't know what episode we'll throw it on, but I say we should do it at some point.
We need to make a giant database of every one. Like we're going to need 220 different guests for the remaining 220 episodes after this one. So, yep.
Yep. Well, every episode, a new guest.
No repeat guests.
Never repeat guest.
Yep, that's the rule. So we need to find 220 people.
Got it. I'll get started right now.
Okay. Well, like right now or after the show?
I don't know.
While we're recording, or yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start messaging people.
So Someone calling themselves LGBTQ, a non-hobo clown, some stupid Twitter name, said, I don't understand why you felt my question from last episode was negative. The only person I know who is a brony murdered his mother this past Christmas. It was a fair question. Today I learnt bronies aren't furries. I'm generally a positive person. So
what was his question?
Some random nonsense from Twitter.
Got it.
I think he's going for jokes, but just makes himself sound even more crazy than the craziest brony, to me anyway.
Like he might be a recurring character in this.
But he continues, I know you said furries and bronies are different, but that doesn't mean a brony's never worn a horsetail butt plug. So I guess he's talking about the Venn diagram between furries and bronies. I mean, just wearing a horsetail butt plug doesn't make you a furry. Like,
yeah, that is true.
You've got to have some kind of costume, whether it's in real life or your online persona, right?
Yeah, you got to go. Yeah, you either have to have a persona or go like all the way in and go make yourself a fursuit
with the whole suit. Just having the horsetail butt plug is not enough to be classified as a furry.
You know, I don't even think the whole suit, even if you have like just part of it, like just a head. But yeah, I don't think just having a butt plug makes you a furry.
Yes. He said, yeah. And next thing is, how do you reconcile the pedophilic association inherent in the idea of grown men fetishizing a cartoon designed to be marketed to pre-teen girls? And then he said, not shaming. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I guess maybe I'm starting to get defensive about My Little Pony.
Well, why are you getting so defensive already?
Because I think it's what we talked about in the last episode, that this show clearly wasn't made only for little girls.
Yeah. You can kind of tell that, like I said, as the season goes on, you'll notice that, but
but even at the start, it's like, this isn't just the usual little girl cartoon.
Mm-hmm. It is different from all the other ones because,
yeah, I mean, I guess in future episodes we can talk about the, infantilization and feminization of males in our culture. Like, I don't know how deep we want to get into it.
We could go as deep as you feel like going.
But maybe not quite in episode 2. If we're going to have 220 guests, then we can get some experts in the field of gender studies or whatever to discuss, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that question or that type of question will just keep coming up and up. That's fine.
Yeah, it'll be all right. I know bronies get a bad rap for like, especially people who don't get into it for pedophilia, but it's not as bad as it used to be before. So I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because like peak Brony was like what 6 years ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, judging by the YouTube videos that I've seen and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you'll still find some now, but it's not as big. Like you said, like about 6 years. I say it was at its peak 2012 and 2013.
Yeah,
was its peak of everything.
But I mean, in terms of bronies versus phonies, like if you're a phony, then you got on board when it was super popular.
Yeah.
Like if you're a true brony, then you're still a fan now, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Jacob in the Discord chat said he was at BronyCon 2019 because it was next to his Rubik's Cube competition.
Oh, man.
So there's so much to talk about there, but yeah.
It's all good. Oh, man.
Remix Thorn says that He says, I'm a need to jump on a future episode for sure, lol. Yeah, so he said, we talked about it in the last episode, he said he was a brony, and seems to be like for real.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's definitely on the list of people, and we'll...
who else said they were a brony last time?
Uncle Randy.
Yes, did he ever get back with that? Did he ever say that he actually was or wasn't?
But that's the next question from Access Denied from Insanime podcast, which is kind of our sister show.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, it's politically, it's a little bit different.
It still talks about animated stuff, so I guess it could be.
His question was, can you guys get Uncle Randy for Brony Boys? He did say he's a brony. Absolutely.
Yes, let's get him on. Let's do it.
Absolutely. I mean, the Uncle Randy pikes out on other shows, but he definitely will agree to coming on the show.
He will do it. He will watch the episode. And he will love it. It'll be his best guest appearance ever.
Absolutely. And then there's a question from Dave from We Are Assholes podcast, but I already asked that one, so that's a repeat. And then the last one was Brian from Herfcast podcast is raising money for childhood cancer by shaving his head. And in solidarity, we will be shaving off the manes of all of our My Little Ponies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's of course a joke. Can you imagine the horror?
I could. Ooh. It would be something. I'll tell you that.
So yeah, I'll put the link in the show notes, but it's stbaldricks.org/participants/Brian 2020. So yeah, is in the Brony community is like, raising money for charity and stuff. Is that a thing?
Yes, they do one every year, and they draw a lot of porn, and that's how they get all their money for raising charity.
Sorry, they do.
Club for a Cause.
Say again. They do what now?
They draw a lot of porn.
What kind of porn?
What do you think?
Just like men and women who love each other a lot, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's called Club for a Cause. They have done other ones for other things, but that's the one that comes to the top of my head because those were the more recent ones. They've been doing it every year. Don't know they did it last year. I'd have to look, but
sorry.
Yeah,
what did you say the name of it was? Something for a cause?
Clop for a Cause.
Oh, Clop. Right. Of course, everything's got to be a horse pun. Yep, got it.
Yep. Oh man.
So that's all the listener interaction so far. So I think overall, positive, right?
Yeah,
keep doing it.
So.
And I managed to make it through the end of episode 2. So
yes, now you got to make it through all the other episodes.
Yep, 2 down, 220 to go. So, what are we doing? Episode 2, which is part 2 of the two-parter, and the description.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's it. Yep, the two-parter. I could read the description if you would like me to.
Yeah, go for it.
So it's part 2. Nightmare Moon challenges the ponies with obstacles they must overcome to find the elements of harmony before it's too late. Which we did learn last episode that that's the only way to beat her, I believe, is through that. Oh no, that's episode. I am messing up my episodes. That was this one, I believe.
Oh dear.
But yeah.
Remember, you're the Brony expert. You can never make any mistakes.
That didn't happen. Cut it out.
Yeah, right. No.
Nah.
Everything's live to tape. Everything goes in. Unless you make a terrible My Little Pony blunder.
Nah, it's fine. But yes, so after that episode 1 left on a cliffhanger, where basically she said that the night was going to last forever.
Yes.
And Spike the baby dragon. You say how much of a baby though, and how do dragons work?
Yeah, you're skipping ahead. Come on. My brilliant notes.
You have, dude, great notes.
I said that they did, because they did it previously on episode 1 because it's a 2-part.
Oh, right.
And I just wrote, fast cuts, can't really remember what happened other than the princess was kidnapped by Bowser and Mario the plumber.
Yes, because you did say that Bowser was Nightmare Moon and Mario was Celestia.
Yep, did I? Okay.
Yes, you did. You said that last episode that's what it reminded you of somehow.
So there's nighttime forever because which one is it? Nightmare Moon.
Yes.
She's in charge of the moon, right?
Yep. She controls the moon. So she's just going to leave it up and make it where you can't see the sun anymore, and it's going to be night forever because she's going to block out the sun, or the sun can't raise up or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about that. How does the astrophysics of that work exactly?
Well,
the answer is it's a cartoon. That is the answer.
I was gonna say the sun and moon don't move on their own. They are moved by the princesses.
Oh.
Yep. Celestia moves the sun, and she did move the moon as well until, of course, Nightmare Moon showed up, and Celestia's nowhere to be seen, assumably captured. And Nightmare Moon obviously controls the moon. So, yeah.
So just getting distracted by Discord comments because that's the most
I've been seeing them.
The funnest thing for me. Small Town Mentality Pod said, "How long is this show?"
No.
Why do you need to know? Just keep listening.
Come on now.
Listen to it live and then listen again back when I've done the fully edited version with all clips in it and like the fully professional version. All right. Access Denied says, "Are ponies immortal?"
The only ones that are immortal are alicorns, and those are the princesses. They're the only immortal characters.
Right. So the others age. So across the 9 seasons, they start off as whatever age ponies they are. And do they actually age them up, or they're pretty much,
They're pretty much the same. They get more mature, but that's really it.
Okay.
Well, mature as some of the characters can get.
So I mean, the way I read they're ponies, but the way I read the age of them is, I don't know, like early teenagers. Like in terms of equivalent to human females.
Yeah.
Is that?
That's about the age they are. They did have an age, I believe. Somebody did some math at some point and figured out what their age was.
No, all right.
So,
just like reading the Bible and working out the Earth's 5,000 years old, doing that kind of analysis. Yeah.
Yes, I know somebody did. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but yeah, I'll have to see if I can find that again.
Ben, who's not really paying attention, said, "So if they're immortal, why do they care so much when someone gets kidnapped?"
Because Celestia controls the sun and the moon, so they can't have the cycle. And, she's kind of in charge of the country, so.
Well, and they're not all immortal. Like, Ben's not paying attention. Pay attention.
Come on.
Important stuff.
You got to know what's going on. If you don't listen now, then you won't know what's going to be going on next episode because you'll be confused.
And he said Alaska seems fine with it.
Alaska?
Yeah, but that's not all the time. You still have... Oh, God. Yeah, no, I think I need to do a separate show with Ben. In fact, we'll have to get Ben on a future episode.
We will.
And explain to him until he fucking until he understands.
I shall do my best to explain it
And
if he understands it, then...
And there was my one F-bomb for the episode. I'm only allowed one.
Only allowed one curse word per episode.
Oh, no, other curse words. There's a different quota for every single different word.
Oh, there is?
Or something. Yep.
Okay.
So we're back to Spike is a baby dragon.
Yes.
So he says I'm a baby, but like he can talk like he's a teenager. So how do dragons work in the My Little Pony universe?
It gets explained way later than it should, but they're just at first they're just kind of there and don't really explain it, but later, way back, I think in like season 8 or 9, he finally gets his wings.
That's way in the future.
Yeah, yep. Possibly even season 7, but yeah, he gets his wings. And
that's Access Denied said we really should be warning about spoilers. It's like, no, we're not going to do that. The show's finished, so you've had your opportunity to watch every single episode already.
But yeah,
But it is a fair point that you are spoiling future episodes for me. But it's okay.
It's fine. Well, that thing it kind of happens and it sticks around, so it's fine.
Do you really think it's going to affect my enjoyment of the show?
No,
I think I'll be okay.
I think it's going. You possibly by the time we get there, you might forget that I've ever said that.
Exactly. I think there were someone's done like scientific studies on whether spoiling endings affects people's enjoyment of movies, and it doesn't.
Does it?
It doesn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so because I've had some stuff spoiled for me, and I still enjoyed the movie or show, whatever I was doing.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine for My Little Pony. Friendship is magic.
Yeah.
Ben had another question. Does Spike ever actually F? What's her name?
Oh,
okay. Because Spike's attracted to which one?
Rarity. And no.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess the answer.
That's not really a spoiler. It's not even a spoiler.
Spoiler. No.
It's not going to happen. Maybe in some people's fan fictions, but not in the show.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we got to do some bonus episodes about fan content.
Oh man, I can go for a lot of stuff for fan content.
I don't know. Maybe if we do find guests that have made some of that fan content, whether we do a main episode or a bonus episode, I don't know. Maybe we can fit it all in a main episode.
Probably we can fit it all in a main episode, especially if they are a Brony and they know the things we're talking about.
I'd love to get on the kind of Brony on the show to chastise me for not knowing enough about the show. That I shouldn't be a host of a Brony podcast.
I don't think many people will do that to you. Most of the people in the community are really nice.
Yeah.
So I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. If it does, I will be very entertained.
It would be funny, yeah. So back to the episode, I wrote, finally the 6 main ponies get together to talk and plan and shit. Like I imagine there's a lot of that through the series.
Well, it wasn't really a plan at first, Twilight ran off from after Nightmare Moon disappeared because she did a spiel and then disappeared. She ran off back to the library, looked for a book about the elements of harmony.
Yeah.
Pinkie Pie found the book actually. Oh, and one of the
but it felt like they were all together.
Yeah, they chased after her obviously, and then they got all together again. But one of the more famous quotes from that episode is Rainbow Dash saying, "Are you a spy?" That becomes a big thing in the fandom for a bit.
Oh. Is who a spy?
When Rainbow Dash asked Twilight if she was a spy, when, they first busted into the library.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that? Maybe?
No.
All right.
I watched the episode about 12 hours ago. And no,
All right. It's fine. You don't need to remember every single detail. At least the main points is what we're going at here.
Yes. So, running theme, I wrote Pinkie Pie is still the most annoying. And then they go to a whatever something forest, ever dark forest, or ever black forest.
Oh, the Ever Free Forest.
Ever Free.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what
the
it's
Ever Free
called?
Forest.
Oh, okay.
And it's basically the Everfree. I don't know. They did explain this a bit, but the Everfree Forest, the animals live on their own. The clouds moves by themselves, so it's like a freaky place. But
Okay.
It's it's basically almost like Earth, a small part of Earth on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see what else.
So the next thing I wrote is candy apples are no good. Do you like candy apples?
Candy apples.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a candy apple in forever, but yeah, last time I had it, it wasn't bad.
So I say either have fruit or have candy. Don't mix the two.
Why not? Just go for it. It'll be fine.
We just make both of them worse.
Have you ever had a caramel apple? Those are really good.
But again, I'd just rather have a straight apple or however you pronounce caramel.
Caramel.
Yeah.
So
so I think that was Applejack talking about candy. I mean, anytime it's something apple related, it's going to be Applejack, isn't it?
Yeah. Anything if you hear anything apple related, just assume Applejack said something about it. That's her entire personality.
Yeah, and so then we get to some of the ponies are in peril.
Yes, because they were walking on like the side of the cliff. It kind of just falls because Nightmare Moon pulls some rocks and makes it where it's a rock slide. And then, the Pegasuses fly, obviously, and they try to save their friends.
Yeah, because some can fly and some can't.
Yeah. And then they save some of them. And then, they couldn't catch Applejack or Twilight because, there's only two of them. And then, as you say, you don't trust Applejack.
I don't know why I wrote that.
When you know what the element she represents, and you don't trust her.
Which one? Is it loyalty?
Honesty.
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 Oh, okay.
You don't trust the element of honesty.
Mm.
But yeah, she tells Twilight to basically let go when she's on a cliff. She does. She gets caught by Rainbow Dash, and then Applejack does basically almost like a mountain goat. Jumps down the cliff.
Yeah. So they're all saved.
Everybody's safe.
I do keep missing stuff in the cartoon because it does move pretty fast. I mean they try and cram a lot in the 22 minutes or however.
Yes, they do.
So I said because I don't belong to the ADHD generation.
They're also trying to show everybody's foreshadowing what element everybody is very quickly.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot to cram in. And then we get to some creature called a manticore or something.
Oh yes, the manticore, where everybody basically gangs up on the thing. And then basically what ends up happening is Fluttershy goes up to it. Everybody's like, thinks she's going to get hurt. She's nice to the animal and takes out the thorn, the thing that pissed it off that there was a thorn. And to be fair, it was a gigantic thorn, but a thorn in its hand that, ended up being some of like Nightmare Moon's magic as it seemed.
So, I mean, this is all just like a series of trials, essentially, like the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah, it is more or less such a trial. Such a trials.
A series of trials, yeah.
If I could speak.
That they've got to get through.
Yeah, to show, if they're worthy of the elements or not.
Yes. So, it's not set up as, like it is in Indiana Jones, where it's set up as you've got to go through this trial or this series of trials. It's not set up that way, but that's what it is. Like, or was it? No, it wasn't all kind of set up by what's her face, the one in charge of the sun. Has she kind of orchestrated all this, or semi-orchestrated all of this, or I'm just thinking
that's just a theory. A lot of people
it,
believe she has done it through the entire thing to Twilight. Believe that it was just stuff for her and the other girls to go through. It's a theory for it. I think it's most likely true.
Yeah,
but it's never outright stated, hey, she went and did this.
Okay.
So
just in the Discord chat, you've answered them, but
yes.
Talking about a Powerpuff Girls crossover episode.
Which I did talk about that last episode when I said how I got into My Little Pony. I believe I did say it was fan-made. But I guess...
Wow, we really did talk about a lot in episode 1. God.
We did. It's all right. We're gonna be talking about much more on the oncoming episodes.
Excellent. So then I wrote in my notes. I'm guessing there's a running theme throughout the whole thing of them, ruining their manes or their hair. Their manes. Or pressing up their manes for parties, or I mean, it's a key thing. It's a key element of the toy.
Yeah.
Is combing their manes. So I imagine that goes into the cartoon.
Yeah, it's a big thing for mostly Rarity in the show.
Right.
So it becomes a lot. It happens a lot. But yeah, it's because how she was, like you said last time, like the British posh person. She doesn't want to get dirty, filthy. She wants to stay clean.
Yep. The thorn in the paw of the lion. That's an old story. That's a fable or something.
Yeah.
That's where that idea comes from. And then I just wrote, let's go show a little kindness to a real lion and see how that works.
Well, have you seen some of those things where some people came back from the lions that they raised up and they actually, come over there and like love on them? Yeah.
No, there's an old movie called something like Born Free, something like that, and that's about people raising lions and living in close proximity to lions.
But yeah,
but then there's also a movie called Grizzly Man about a dude that lived in close proximity to grizzly bears, and it didn't end well. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I know that if it's some random lion that wasn't raised by people and stuff like that, and it's raised in the wild, don't go up to it. You might die.
But yes, this in cartoons, and this really is just all part of a trial. I mean, they're all trying to solve the trials in their own unique ways, and because they're all different elements or whatever, which we'll get to. Do I sound like I was paying attention? I was trying to.
It seems like you were. There's only the ruining of the hair is after the lion. Well, I guess it did actually happen during the lion, and then it happens afterwards as well. So I'm trying to. Yes, it did. It did happen during the lion, and it does happen afterwards. Because Rarity, it happens a lot to her.
And then I wrote, Icky Muck is my favorite rapper. Someone said Icky Muck in the episode. So,
Icky Muck, huh?
So someone's been talking about Iggy that I've been talking to has been banging on about Iggy Azalea. So that's probably where I got that idea from.
Okay.
Yep.
You also did say the animation is pretty good, which, yes, it is. I think the animation is really good. Oh, and then the part I warned you about before, Pinky starts. That's
where I actually swear in the notes. So, yep, that's.
Before Pinky did start singing, was it the drag? Did it go Pinky then Dragon? I think it did. Yep, Pinky sings first. And you get to hear her lovely voice.
Yeah, something else.
the other ponies were on board at the start because Twilight said, "Is she really going to sing?"
Yes.
And they're like, "Yep."
Yeah, no, I made note of that. That not all the other ponies. So yeah, I mean, and that, well, from what I've seen so far, that does seem to be a bit of a running theme, that there's like everyone isn't always on board with everything all the time.
Yeah.
And that probably is another differentiator. Because, in your typical kids cartoon, when something happens, everyone just goes along with it. Mm-hmm. That would be the standard thing to present to children.
Even though that does happen later.
Yeah, I mean, it still is a kid's cartoon. So, but the fact that they do mix it up helps me to get through the episode. So, from that point of view, I'm grateful.
You also say, does she sing a lot in the series?
Yes.
And yes, she does. It's not like every single episode, stuff like that, but she does sing a lot. There's a famous song that she sings, that Bronies will sing at BronyCon back when it was huge, 2 or 3. It's about, how she wants to make ponies smile and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a pretty big one that people love. I still think that Pinky's going to become your favorite character in the end.
Absolutely not. I said that might the amount Pinkie Pie is singing might change whether I can do this podcast or keep doing the podcast or not.
You're already too deep.
So
you can't go back now.
Yeah, can't go back. And then I asked, how would the show be like without Pinkie Pie? Just not have Pinkie Pie at all. And you're saying it just wouldn't work?
It wouldn't be the same show. I'll say that. It wouldn't be the same thing without that crazy pink fluff ball there in the show.
Right. Okay. I'll keep watching and we'll see what happens.
You can't back out. This was your idea. You can't back out of this.
Keep reminding me of that. So then we get to the next trial, which I've just written it, gay dandy water dragon thing.
Yep.
That's like, it's like, oh, okay, what's this? How does this all fit into the universe or whatever? And pandering to him with his mustache or whatever.
Yes. His, because his mustache messes up his entire look.
I think someone says that it's a crime against fabulosity.
Rarity says that.
It's rarity, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's the one who's all about that. She has to fix it. So what she does, she cuts off her tail and gives it to him. And, apparently he loves it, but it still looks absolutely ridiculous.
It doesn't match, but he seems happy.
He doesn't care. He loves it.
So through the course of the series, how many other crimes against fabulosity are there?
Ooh, Rarity will let you know. I don't know. She'll let you know how many crimes there were. And we're talking about this before. Meta commentary in the show by the ponies of what the haters or the people who are maybe, I don't know what the original thinking of, maybe the parents of the kids watching it or whatever, what they might be thinking, or the writers who may be a little bit more jaded than the audience, or just I guess looking for extra layers of not the typical, as I said, not the typical kids show of everyone being on board all of the time. Oh yeah.
So yeah, and you said like that is a feature of the show, that sometimes they're all on board and everything's great, but sometimes
there's other types that just like, why?
Sometimes one of them will say, "Why is this happening?" That kind of thing. Yeah.
And the one that normally does that, surprisingly enough, is Spike. He's normally the sane one of the group sometimes.
Oh, okay.
There'll be another character that'll come in and be it. She's pretty cool, but she's way till later, so we won't worry about her for now.
Okay. And then there's the next kind of trial, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is, of whether I can't remember who. It was
For Rainbow Dash.
Was it Rainbow Dash? Yeah. Join the Shadow Bolts or the Wonder Dolt. Oh, no, not the Wonder Dolts. They weren't.
Wonder Dolts.
Wonder Bolts, yeah.
Yeah.
What was that trial? Was whether she was going to join the Shadow Bolts and ditch her friends.
Mm-hmm. That's basically, was she just going to take being able to, like, you know, like you said, ditching her friends for being able to go into this apparently great and not highly known, but like the best ever Free Force flyers, and she would be able to lead the team, which strikes her ego. But she said no. She's like, oh yeah, let my friends up, and then, you know, I will let my friends cross this bridge, because there was a bridge that they had to cross.
Yes.
And basically, she's just like, oh yeah, let me do that, and I could be with you guys. They're like, no, you have to either choose us or them. And she's just like, you know what? She's like, she doesn't want to do that, so she chooses her friends. You know, yeah. Of course.
So that was possibly the weakest of all the trials. There didn't seem to be many. There didn't seem to be a compelling reason for her to join the Shadow Bolts.
Not really. No.
My read on it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that goes into, you know, trying to cram this whole story into a short episode.
I noticed that you said that you put in here "what the hey" instead of heck or hell.
Yeah.
Yep. There's going to be a lot of that, like you said, pontifications of different words.
Of course, yes.
Because that's how it goes, you know.
And then I had a question: would you ditch your friends for money, power, or fame? Like,
oof, how much money are we talking?
Well, I mean, I guess what's your price? You know.
I don't know. If I could live the rest of my life nicely,
but lonely,
it would be pretty lonely. But I don't know.
I mean, people can say, "Oh, you can just buy new friends," but
you can't really.
No, it's not the same.
Nah, I probably wouldn't. You know, I like the friends I got. They're pretty cool. They're cool dudes. I got you too, Dave.
Yeah, well, exactly. And all the Discord nitwits.
Oh yes, all of them. They're all good pals and friends.
Wonderful people.
It's going to be very funny once we bring them on here and they can't do what they normally do on their show, you know. We'll be like, all right, on this show, we don't curse. It's just gonna happen.
Or you get one curse word for the entire episode.
One curse word for the entirety of it. Oh, man.
So,
all right.
Yes. What happened?
Oh, okay. You had a bit of a crisis here for a moment.
Yeah, no, I think I was, wondering what I'm doing. I think I watched it at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
You're just like, wait a minute, is this actually happening? Am I actually making a podcast about My Little Pony? And then you said, nope, this is real. This is happening.
But I will say that maybe it's cheating, but after I finished episode 2, I did watch half of episode 3. So,
hey, that's fine. You know, just get you prepared for it.
Yes.
Oh man,
watching ahead a little bit.
We're already getting you. Before you know it, you're gonna watch an entire season, and then you're gonna be like, oh crap.
But I think for the podcast, it's better that I don't race ahead.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one that doesn't know what's coming, and you're the one that does know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just have to exercise restraint and self-control and not watch all 222 episodes in one binge watching.
I say if you just go one episode like ahead of what we're doing, it's probably fine, since you get yourself ready for the next one, like the one coming up. But
Yeah. Don't go any more than one episode ahead, I think. Yeah.
The Sixth Element.
Then I wrote about The Sixth Element, if that's a thing with Bruce Willis and what's her face. Just joke about the movie Fifth Element.
Yes.
And at this point, that's a boomer reference, I think. That movie's like really old now.
Don't worry, that's who this audience is for, right? The boomers, right? That's who we're trying to go for.
I guess the boomer bronies, sure. And then I managed, I think, write down all of the elements. Is that what they're called?
Yes, the elements of harmony. Let's see here. Let's see if you got them all.
Honesty, kindness, laughter, generosity, loyalty, and magic.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
And then I said, I'm pretty sure that's the same as traditional Samoan cultural values, except replace magic with obesity.
Well,
a little joke there.
It was nice.
there might be a Samoan American Discord nitwit that I've been talking to.
Don't worry, we'll get him on the show eventually.
Oh yeah, got to get everyone on the show.
We're gonna get we're gonna get everybody from the extended universe on this show.
Oh yeah, I mean 222 or 220 people. Yeah, it's gonna be everybody we know. Yeah, one by one.
Oh man. So,
and then,
what happened?
And then what was the next thing that happened in the episode?
Twilight, went to go after Nightmare Moon by herself, and then she saw all the elements and stuff. She teleported away with them, tried to activate the elements with her own magic.
Yes,
and they had a small fight with Nightmare Moon. She breaks the elements. Twilight gets depressed for a second, and then she hears the girls coming up. Nightmare Moon said she failed, and then once the girls show up, she's like, "We didn't fail." And then she's like, "The elements are right here," and then the girls are behind her, and then she goes through all the elements, like you said before.
Yes.
Honesty, which was Applejack. Kindness, which was Fluttershy. Then laughter, which is Pinkie Pie. Generosity, which is Rarity. Loyalty, Rainbow Dash, and then there's magic, which is Twilight. And then they blast her with their rainbow laser. And then we get to see my favorite character. We saw Luna, which,
oh yes,
if you see her hair, then
yes,
it's not like that. That's the only episode her hair is like that. Which a lot of people are like. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are like, wait a minute, why is her hair only for half of that episode that turns to like Celestia when it's flowing? Oh yeah, we did also see Celestia come out of like the darkness, and that's where you probably made the theory about Celestia, controlling everything.
Yes,
the puppet master, which a lot of people think that she is. Yes. And she basically like, "Hey, thank you for releasing my little sister." And they're like, "What? That was your sister?" And then you told Pinkie to be quiet because it was party time.
Yeah. That's party time. Yeah. So as you were saying, so the sisters made up. So that was like problem solved. Essentially the end of the episode, and then it's time to party. I'm guessing the party time thing happens a lot through the series. And then what did I write? Yes. The song is no worse than the lame songs at the end of some of the Star Wars movies.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, ponies don't suck as much as Ewoks or Gungans.
Oh, speaking of Star Wars, there's going to be a scene that you're going to see that will highly remind you of a Star Wars ending of New Hope.
Okay.
You will see that. I will tell you that it's going to happen.
Oh, I look forward to it.
And then, Twilight Sparkle Division, study friendship. Yep, she has to write to the princess every time she learns something about it.
Yeah, so because we're doing the first 2 episodes. I mean, and that kind of launches the series.
Mm-hmm.
So the launch. I mean, the things you've got that launch the series are that the 6 friends get together, And as you were saying, Twilight Sparkle has a mission, which is to continue studying, which, I mean, goes hand in hand with the 6 friends. She's got to study the friendship.
She's got to learn how
means.
to be the best friend she could be.
Yes. I'm just thinking maybe I'll set up a poll of what people like or don't like the most. My Little Ponies, Ewoks, Gungans, and looking at the Discord chat, maybe I'll add Care Bears in there as well.
It sounds like a knockoff of Care Bears.
How much do you know about Care Bears?
I know a little bit. I used to watch we had like a DVD of Care Bears, and that's the only Care Bears that I knew about was that DVD that we had.
I don't remember anything about Care Bears.
I only remember one episode, and I saw some Care Bears, and I saw some people in it. So that's all I really remember about Care Bears. Oh, you also said I had a group of friends once.
Yes, it was good while it lasted. Maybe if I could get Bill Burton, yes, that's his real name, to watch My Little Pony, we could all return to being friends again. I just thought it was funny, the idea of like 40-something-year-olds being, rejoined in friendship by My Little Pony.
That's how you're going to do it. Get all your friends into it, and then you guys will learn how to be friends again.
Exactly. Anything's possible. And then I just said, shut up, Pinkie Pie, the end. She has the last word in the episode.
Yes. Oh, man. She's going to be your favorite character. Come on now.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Man. Oh, yeah, Ben said about Care Bears that they were also emotional, who had powers coming out of their chests.
Oh, right, because they had those heart things that they, like lasers that came out of their chest from emotions.
Yeah,
from like love or something like that, I believe.
Sure. So maybe some of the bonus episodes can be like, Care Bears versus My Little Ponies, or
something like that.
Powerpuff Girls versus My Little Ponies, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if we, because we're not only getting Bronies on the show, like if we get whatever a Care Bear fan is called.
I would have no idea what a Care Bear fan is called.
But yes, then we could compare and contrast and work out who wins. Because that's what it's always all about. So okay, so that's the end of episode 2. So how indicative? Like, you watched all 9 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
How indicative of the whole 9 seasons is what I've seen so far?
I would say that seeing that now, you will see that after this season, things start to amp up. I would say, like, after season 1, the animation quality gets better. You'll notice the animation get a lot better as the season goes on, because obviously they get more money and stuff like that. And I would say that you will also notice like the tone of the show start to switch a bit as well.
Okay.
About how things go. I noticed that going back and watching these other ones about how more like a girly show it was, and as you watch, you'll notice how kind of starts switching a bit.
Okay.
It's interesting. I love it. It seems to almost like mature with its audience, if you notice. I don't know if you'll notice that. But yeah, it's more or less, I guess.
When I'm starting to watch it at 42. You're a little bit younger when you started watching it.
Yeah, Do you have any other questions or anything for, like, I would say the rest of the seasons besides that, for the rest of it, since this is your...
I think I'm pretty good. Just
pretty good.
See what happens as we go. So how many episodes are in season 1?
Oh God, I can't think off the top of my head. I know it doesn't have a 2-part finale like every other. No, wait, it does have a 2-part finale.
Okay,
but I don't remember it as well as the other ones. Which the other day I remembered what it was, because I was like, I remember all these other finales, but I don't remember what this one was, and I finally remembered what it was.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
it's something like 20. I mean, if it's a full season, 20 something episodes.
Yeah, something like that. Something like 20, something like everyone. I will say this. After season 1, you will notice some stuff start to ramp up, especially at the beginning of like season 2.
Yes.
The season 2 start has one of my, I believe it's the end. The season 2 end has one of my favorite villains.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm ready to get to some of these other ones. Like also the ending to season 3. Oh man, I'm looking forward to so much stuff, but I'm gonna have to like keep my mouth shut so I don't do too much spoiler stuff. Oh man.
Yeah, like it's quite a long way away to get that. Yep.
That is true. We will get to it eventually. It'll be all right.
Ben wrote in the Discord, I think the pirate parrots should have their own spin-off. I don't know what that is.
What is the pirate parrots? When we do get them on, I need you to explain what the pirate parrots are.
Cool. Well, thanks for spending time today with us and our cutie marks. Go to ryanlongcomedy.com with an I for all your ryanlongcomedy.com needs. Post all your cutie marks on our Discord if you'd like to be a guest on a future show. Thanks to Boomer Brony Bob for doing our theme tune and Crom2s for the amazing pony artwork.
Yes, thank you guys for doing that.
Yeah, I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd be drawn as a My Little Pony, but that's me in the logo on my hind legs. And that's you at the top of the logo.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
Pretty happy with how that artwork turned out.
Yes, I thought it turned out really well. I like how your character doesn't seem too happy about it.
I mean, it's just I'm a tough pony. I think is. Yeah, I mean, it's enigmatic or whatever. The my attitude. So I think Crom got it right. He
did.
Did a good job.
Crom knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, and of course Ben from Small Town Mentality podcast for putting the artwork into the logo. Good point.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you.
So yeah, and I said this at the start, but again, most importantly, share our show with all the bronies you know. Let's build this to be the only encycloponic and comprehensive, yes, Brony podcast made by bronies for bronies. But let's not beat a dead pony any further and send it to the big glue factory in the sky. Let's shut the stable door on this episode. Bye from Archie and Captain Chundertrot. And remember, friendship is magic. Bye.
Goodbye.
It's the Brony Boys podcast. We coming at you, Archie and Captain Thunderthought. Friendship is magic. Apple cake pie shot and the young six. Old Equestria, Wonderbolt, and the rich. All parts of the Brony Boy family, showing much love for all of the royalty. Don't sit back, Brony Boys, get up and listen. Baby PB showing y'all what you've been missing. This big adventure sounds like tons of fun. The Brony Boy podcast, faithful and strong. Share some kindness, sounds like an easy feat. This magic will make us all complete. If you wondered what friendship could be, listen up and share the magic with BBP. Yeah.